Okay, I want to say hello again, everybody, and welcome to another simple martial arts lesson at home. Basic, very simple Kung Fu training. Okay, hello again, welcome. In this video I'm going to be demonstrating and explaining some basic principles in some Wing Chun training you can do. That's Wing Chun, okay, Yong Chun Chun as I say. Just covering a few basics that you can train here at home or anywhere for your center line resistance training. Okay, so that's what I'm going to call this. It's some basic conditioning for the arms, the hands and the arms, the whole structure. Centre line, of course, because that's what Wing Chun's all about. Okay, we're talking about the centre line defence, and you're defending that centre line, which runs straight through the centre of the body. Imaginarily, but it's not really, because it's about the whole structure, defending that centre line, okay, occupying that. And what we're going to use is a wall, and you can use a tree, you can use a wall or a tree or anything that's like straight and solid. A pole or something there that's very solid, and as I say, you can use walls, and they're not the best thing to use. You could use a pillar or anything that's centered here, and this is about resistance training in the arms and the hands. Okay, now when you're training with something hard, you don't want to be smashing your fists, punching into the wall so hard, or your hands, obviously your elbows, your body, because you may end up injuring yourself. But the point I'm showing here is basic conditioning, okay, and also the feeling, okay, in training. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to stand at a distance. Now when you're in a basic Wing Chun stance or a basic guard like this, of course, you've got your hands at a certain distance. Now I'm imagining, okay, I'm just expressing here that if you have any experience in Wing Chun, you will not, okay? When we're standing here, the guard is basically like this, okay? So you've got one back here, one hand, and the other one slightly in front. The arms are not fully extended, they're not fully extended, it's like this, okay? So the idea is I'm defending against any attacks which are coming before they hit my face or my body. I'm stopping with various different blocking techniques, which I'm not going to cover obviously in this video, because it's way too much to cover. Even though it's a simple art, but for the most part, the techniques are simple, but the principles are deep, okay? When I'm here, the idea is that the opponent's in front of me, so his face would be about, let's say, this, height here, if I'm doing the basic chain punch, for example, the straight punch. Same as boxing, I'll be coming in, punching straight to the face, right? The body's here, okay? So my center line here, this is representing where a person is in front of me, the body and the head. From the sides of the body, like the rib cage is here, obviously, the head's here, so you could be doing boxing, hooks and stuff, anyway. Now, I'm not telling you to smash your knuckles into the wall, obviously, but the point is to get this feeling of this alignment. Now, you may have seen the traditional wooden dummies, is used for Wing Chun training, which has, it's like a wooden standing apparatus thing with like different arms. They're like long things coming out that represent the arms. So you can practice your blocking on those arms to get conditioning in your hands and arms, you know, and then strike in to the targets, because obviously the arms are like here between me and the opponent, and I'm stopping, you know, and that's where the conditioning comes in. But I've seen a lot of people training in Wing Chun where they're training where they're always working with that distance, and it's okay for keeping the opponent at bay, of course, so that's what you really want to do, and work your distance, but also you want to be going in. If you can't run away, you know, that's what a fight is, any fight. I mean, Wing Chun, Wing Chun is a close range art for self-defense, okay? It's not for posing or showing around, it's for close range self-defense to protect yourself. No art's going to be the best, but to keep you in, you're not about, you're going to be invincible or nothing, no. But it's about self-defense, right? Now, if you're doing something like karate or another art, taekwondo or boxing, whatever, same principles in mind still. If you're in the range of fighting and it's self-defense, you want to protect your life, because you can't run away, you can't escape per se. The best blockers don't be there. If you're in that close range, you want to get the techniques that are going to work properly to defend yourself, right? And you defend, and you block, and you strike back, whatever it is, because you want to get into that target and win, you know, so you don't lose, so you don't get really hurt or killed, right? And the point is, you really want to go in straight and very, very direct into the point. Meaning you don't really want to keep at bay always. It's not like a movie necessarily or some film where you do like 15, 16 blocks, boom, 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 and then bang. No, it's not like that. Okay? You want to go straight in, straight to the point, straight to the point. So when the hands are here, if someone's grabbing me or coming in with their hands, if I can't run away and I have decided I'm not only going to cover, I'm going to go in, then I'm going to have to go in. You want to close that gap. You want to be like water and flow into those spaces, like a fluid flowing into the spaces. So you've got that softness to feel, okay, soft to feel, but hard, like really doing the solid, you know, structure. So going in, whether you're, you know, going to lock the guy up or whatever, or go in with that strike, you know, make sure you cover that space, right? Now that's going to translate into what I'm about to show you now. Okay, so the one I'm going to show you is, we don't have to block imaginary, you know, thin air here, blocking, and like miss out on a chance to get one good realistic blocking, and two, because it's all realistic, but I'm just saying like realistic solid training and conditioning. See, you can actually go in and work that structure as well. And remember, like I said, you don't have to hit a wall or a tree so hard. You can gradually, you know, work training, but you can train on a bag or something else, or some pads or a bag to get you a solid striking. Right? But to get that alignment, and that's what Wing Chun is, because Wing Chun and a lot of Kung Fu training and martial art training, it's about the skill, the technique, the structure, the feeling, how to flow and change your body into different shapes and flow with the structure to feel the balance. It's an art for self-defense. So the best thing you can do is get someone together, another person, and train with them realistically. The drills, and then free flow, like get some realistic sparring going. Okay? Now let me just mention before I show you this, how we can use our hands and our arms and get some basic striking and you know, basic blocking and all that in. Let me just explain something. You can't see my feet here, I know very well, but the basic structure of Wing Chun, when you're in a basic guard, you want to have your feet about shoulder width apart, okay? And you bend your knees slightly. So usually you've got your feet, okay, back straight, get comfortable, and then you want to make sure that you get your feet about shoulder width apart. So excuse me, shoulder width apart the feet, bend the knees and tuck the knee in. Not touching, but the knees are tucked in and you bend your knees up. And that's the basic structure. You can stand in here, The knees also are using a guard, just a lower guard for your lower area. Okay, you try to use your knees and your feet in Wing Chun. We won't cover that here. We're not even going deep into certain techniques in the hands or the feet here much. It's mostly hand techniques in Wing Chun. If we say like, more percent on the hands, it's 70 or 80% hands, 90% hands, I don't know, it's little on the legs, okay? However, we can't say that because we're using the legs to defend the lower area mostly. We're not going to go down like that, blocking with our hands, necessarily. You can block low, but sometimes if someone's throwing a fast front kick and you try and block, if your arms are not conditioned, even if they are, you can get a broken arm because the legs are powerful. So the idea is to work in with your feet, step in, just like walking into a natural fighting style, step in, whatever, using your knees though and your feet to protect and guard that area. So with the blocking or the kicking, whatever it is, the knee strikes, using your legs. Whenever you lift one leg up, you're compromising your balance and your other leg's open to attack too, because one leg, your lower leg, each leg is protecting basically the whole balance, the structure of the whole body. It's protecting the groin, it's also protecting the upper leg. So you don't want to compromise the up and the down. You want to use the upper body to defend the upper areas, really, and the lower to defend the lower areas. Control your breathing. Don't rush into things. Feel. It's not about being flashy. It's about working and mirroring the opponent's attacks. Working with that yin and yang, with the opponent's structure. Another thing I'll say here is you can just stand here with your feet just about like shoulder width apart naturally. You just bend your knees naturally. We're training like that too, okay? You can do that. Also in Wing Chun, we don't lift our feet too high. Like when we kick, we don't go above the waist usually. It's low or middle. So you're going to have high kicks and stuff like that usually. I train a lot of martial arts, so I still do that as well. But for this, no, not so much, okay? Now let's look here. I've got a wall. Now look at this wall, okay? It's the same as if you're training on a tree. If you're training on a tree, whether it be a thin tree or a fat tree, or even a pole, you might have like nails and stuff sticking out. But a tree, you might have thorns. You want to be careful, make sure it's like a smooth, safer one to train on. And gradually train your conditioning. Don't go smashing your arms in. Gradually, okay? Train some conditioning. This is to train the hard, strong, blocking surfaces of your arms and hands over time. You want to get power, so when you grab, you can really grab. It doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman, anybody, okay? So you have some power in your body. Do some basic stretching. You don't need to be the most flexible in your gym training, okay? But you do need good flexibility. So everybody at least do some basic stretching for your whole body. That goes for anyone, even if you don't do martial arts. Work basic movement and structure and strength, okay? So have some basic gripping power in your hands. Do some exercise for your fingers, even your wrists. Okay? Loosening up, rotating the joints, basic stretching and stuff like that is good for your body. And then when you train, you want to get some basic power into your body as well, okay? Now in Wing Chun it's very soft also. We have soft as well as the hard. It's not just smash with your arms, boom, 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 and no, okay, it's not like that. You're not going smashing and just with this flashy chain punch, you think you're going to punch someone's face. It's about listening with the body, not with the ears, with the body, feeling, listening. So it's similar to Tai Chi or Japanese Aikido, okay, for example, okay? Okay, so when we go in, we need to have that hard, because we train a lot of soft training, but you must have the hard also. You must train to have a solid body. Your body is not nothing. Water is not nothing. It's a substance. So you flow like water, but it's something. You need to understand how to bridge. In Kung Fu training, the arms are called the bridge. So when you place your arm out, you can feel someone's bridge through their arms, and you can feel the whole back, the whole structure through their whole body, the whole core. So you can feel the structure. And this is what we're talking about, okay? So we have a structure, and we can feel the opponent's balance. It's like a language. If you want to know how to talk to someone, you need to listen and understand their mind, their heart, That's how you make good friendship or loving relationships. We understand how to work with people rather than bring them down and ultimately bring ourselves into the lonely land of the fallen, you know. So this is what we need to do: train conditioning. Now, when you're in close range like this, okay, when you're close up to it, that's good because you're closing in and you're collapsing and you're giving your opponent no space. So I can grab an arm, come in for a strike. So use my hands, my elbows to strike, my arms to block, and all that stuff. I can work all of my blocks, see, in that close range. I can imagine, I don't have to block here and come in. I can just imagine I'm coming right in, I'm blocking and striking, right? But I'm blocking and I'm coming straight in together. So here, the same as on the side, whatever. So I'm coming really close in. It's like I'm trapping him up, tying his arms up with my hands and feeling my way in with my strikes. And my legs work here, all there as well, you know, and that's what I'm doing. I'll see you guys in the next video and we'll talk about this some more.